Yeah.
There we go. Hey, welcome to the weekly social. We appreciate everybody tuning in. We're growing. We're hovering around 500 people that tune in. This week we have Denise Tomasini with Supreme Lending. We have Stephanie Fry with Adams Homes. So
welcome.
Denise, what have you done in the last week or so? Have you checked out any new restaurants or anything?
I have. So Antonia's in Katy, right there, close to Katy Mills Mall. It's right there.
Italian restaurant.
It's an Italian restaurant right there on the feeder. Local, quaint little restaurant. The service is great. The food was fabulous. And they've been there for, they've been there for quite some time.
He's actually the chef. It's named after the chef that owns that restaurant.
Okay, I did not know that.
So if you haven't eaten there, it's actually a really good Italian restaurant to go check out.
And it's a great meeting place because it's quiet. You can have conversation. So it's great for, if you're meeting an old friend or family for dinner, or if you're having a business meeting. It's just a great local spot for conversation.
How about you, Stephanie?
I recently just visited Anthony's Grill.
Okay.
And it was very surprising. It's a bit of a drive, and it took me by surprise. It is Simonton, yes. And but once you get there, it's definitely one of those destination restaurants. I would highly recommend anyone to go check out. It is worth the drive. The food was the best salmon I've ever tasted.
Oh, really?
Yes, I'm dead serious. And I like to critique my fish, right? I think anyone can tell about a fresh fish right away.
Oh, sure.
And this was one of the juiciest, if not the best salmon I've ever had.
And they serve steaks.
Yes, it is a steakhouse. Okay. I just opted for a salmon, and it was amazing.
I've taken my wife to dinner there a couple times. We've always had great service, and the outside venue there is really cool. So if you haven't been out there, go check it out.
You can sit outside.
Yeah, unfortunately, I came on a rainy Tuesday, this past week, but overseeing the covered back patio, I was just like, wow, that is such a cool thing to have, and I can only imagine that maybe the restaurant had started off that way, and then they expanded it. I mean, literally, the covered back patio is almost half the size. Would you say?
Oh yeah, it's huge.
It is ginormous. It is that big. You gotta go check it out because it's a little bit harder to expand a permanent building like that. But to do like a wraparound patio is wonderful. Yeah, totally breathtaking.
Yeah, I loved it. Check that out.
I just did a team building event where I took the team out for Chicago style deep dish, which is very hard to find in Houston area. I am from Chicago, so I'm a critic. But yeah, it's a pie, and they actually pour the sauce over the top, so it's made totally different than you typically get a pizza.
It was really good. It's thin. It was a thin crust.
Thin
pizza.
Crust, but it's deep. It's like eating a pie.
A lasagna. It was almost like a lasagna to me, but in a pizza. It was very good. The salads were good. I think Priscilla had a salad that she enjoyed, and which
was Rosati's in Richmond is where we went to. So if you want to try a real Chicago style deep dish, go to Rosati's in Richmond, Texas.
Yeah.
You'll enjoy it.
Yeah, a great family atmosphere, and just you get served right away, and again, great place for conversation, quiet. You can sit at the bar or get a table. Yeah. They've got all the sports events on the different TVs. So.
Just a really nice family venue.
Yeah, absolutely.
So you're in Centera, correct?
I am. I'm in Centera, the new master plan community here in Katy, Texas.
Which is huge.
It is ginormous, absolutely. Right now we're a little bit over 1,000 residents, and we're growing about.
Wow.
I know. 1,000 residents, and we're growing up to around 8,000.
So that's going to be the end game, is 8,000 total homes out there?
That's right.
There's a lot of stuff that's been going on out there. You guys are building new model home parks already, is that correct?
We sure are. Actually, next Saturday is going to be our welcome center. So it's like it's a welcome center where our guests or visitors will come in initially, and they'll be able to help out and point you out to the right builders you should be visiting during your tour, the price point you want to be at. And then instead of, going in and there's over 24 builders, where do you go? Who do you visit? So instead of the welcome home center, there's someone there dedicated just to help out new visitors, new guests, and kind of give them a direction who you should go to. And if you're looking for the low 300s, that's going to be me. I'll be from the 3s to probably 380s, just depending.
Okay. And it's Adams Homes in Katy. And I've been out there and visited, and they build a beautiful home for your first-time home buyer. It's a great home. You're getting a 3 to 4 bedroom home, and they're nice. You get nice size square footage is what
Great
I saw.
amenities in the home as well.
Yeah, all the amenities and the amenities in the neighborhood that you're getting. The water parks, I'm understanding.
lagoon.
4 water parks. Yeah.
Water
So
parks.
four water features. The main one is going to be, of course, a 3-acre lagoon, 2.7 acres. If you're not familiar with Centerra, it is built by the same developer as Balmoral and, of course, Lago Mar. So this is the 3rd lagoon in the city of Houston. If I'm not mistaken, Lago Mar was the first in all of Texas. So it's pretty exciting.
Is that a Tejas development?
It's a Tejas.
Okay.
So we have, of course, we have the lagoon, the lazy river, splash pads, and the lap pool.
Yeah,
So
that's
it's all
great.
really
Lazy
exciting.
River, that's awesome. Just float.
Like anything you can want in a master plan community. The doggy parks, we have an outdoor movie theater,
Wow. I didn't know
multiple
that.
playgrounds throughout, multiple shaded areas, pavilions, walking, double sidewalks all throughout. Something that I discovered was that almost at each bus stop there was a pergola, a sitting bench for the kids and the parents to
wow.
to
I
stay
know you're
and
doing
sit.
that.
Yeah, I thought that
Not
was
even
really
Central Ranch has
cool.
that. That's awesome.
Yeah, that way, parents have a place to sit and kids have a place to sit as they're waiting for those bus stops. I thought that was really neat.
That's great. And you're building 300 to 350 or?
No, 380's her
380,
price
okay.
point.
Okay.
But the neighborhood itself goes up to what, just under $1 million? Is that correct?
That's right.
Okay.
So you have a great,
Depending
great variety, and it's just a new development that's gonna be,
And we are in the USDA zone. We're zoned to 2 different counties, right? We have Harris and Waller County, as well as 2 different school districts, which is going to be your Katy ISD and Rural ISD out there.
Okay, that's
very
great.
cool.
So would they Katy High School and, Katy Middle School?
Yes.
Would that
So
be
we
okay?
have a Katy High School. Right now we're zoned to 2 Katy elementaries and middle schools, depending where they're zoned into.
Okay, that's
Are
great.
you guys building a new high school out there?
We are. Have you
Okay.
seen it?
I have not yet.
It's so cool. It's right
Is it?
behind the neighborhood.
Awesome.
I kind of forget how big those high schools are, especially the newer ones now. It feels like a mini college, right? So they're building like a mini college, and then there's a football field, the football stadium, the tennis courts, the track field, soccer fields. It's the whole shebang
Yeah.
right behind the neighborhood. So we do have a new elementary and middle school inside the neighborhood, and we have a brand new high school with the
On the
stadium and
backside.
everything on the backside. It's really neat. I passed by it on accident, and it's really breathtaking to see all that construction underway.
That's great,
Yeah,
so
in the
exciting.
university.
It takes about 2 years to build one of those high schools.
Wow.
I'm sure from permits up, right?
It's a 2 year.
Solid.
Most elementary and middle schools are 1 year, and then high schools are 2 years because they're just such a grand scale. My wife actually worked for PBK, and they did Seven Lakes High School and they did Tompkins. I don't know if they're doing this one, but
Yeah, that's,
it takes quite some time, and she actually oversees those projects. She's a project manager for them.
They are breathtaking.
Huge.
It's a masterpiece for sure.
Yeah.
and I think they can pick between 4-bedroom, 3-bedroom, 2.5 baths, or can you get, with a 4-bedroom, 3 bathrooms?
I do have a really great floor plan. One of them is my 25-25's 5 beds, 3.5 baths. That one's a beautiful floor plan.
That's awesome, and how much is that one?
I have one on the market for about $420.
Okay.
Yeah, and that one goes on the lake. So
That's a lot of value.
it is,
Yeah,
yeah.
for a new home.
4-sided brick, everything else. But because I'm a USDA, why don't you tell us about how someone can qualify USDA?
Absolutely, so for the consumer at 420, you can still qualify and use bond money, which is basically down payment assistance, which will help with the actual down payment. So if you're going FHA, that could be 3.5%, or conventional first-time home buyer could be as low as 3%. I think if we're talking about USDA, right, USDA could be 100% financing, which means you're still qualifying because it's still classified within the county as rural area, and you get a low mortgage insurance, low MI, and a great interest rate, and it gives you 100% financing.
Like a VA loan.
almost like
Very
a VA
similar.
loan, absolutely. And you could still do the same thing with FHA and conventional with the assistance. And then we need to look for, minimum credit score of a 620, and if there's some income limits that you would need to qualify within that we would need to look at. But some go up to, depending on the counties, as high as 112,000 or even more on expanded income limits that you could qualify
So there's
for.
a lot of variables
A lot
there.
of, absolutely.
That rural development that she's talking about, that's hard to find, Stephanie, because most of this stuff is so developed out. There is no USDA available out there, so that's a great resource
You've
and
got to
tool
be
for the consumer.
25% or under 25% development, meaning what's around what's surrounding the subdivision, the property, churches, schools, restaurants.
So if you're looking for an opportunity where you don't have to put any money down, this is my neighborhood. You were able to do that, specifically in my community, because as Richard was talking about underdevelopments,
Yeah.
this is an underdeveloped neighborhood. It's a rural area. USDA is United States Department of Agriculture,
Yes,
right? So it's a USDA loan, which only specifically in specified areas, and I qualify for that. It's not something that you can just pick and choose throughout the city of Houston.
Correct.
It has to be specified in a certain area, zoned to USDA, and then that's when she's able to qualify you, and that's when you're able to purchase with no money down. So it's very exciting.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I'm gonna welcome Priscilla to come join with Select Title here in Katy. So we're gonna kind of switch gears for a minute and welcome.
Thank you,
Yeah,
Denise.
Priscilla.
So I'm looking forward to the welcome weekend next weekend, Memorial Weekend. That'll be great to come out and see
Yes.
and see all the different properties that y'all got going on, and the Welcome Center being open, and that should be a good weekend to do it.
It's a great weekend. Hopefully we'll have some good weather too.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That is cool. So, like, if somebody comes in and wants to do a home, put it under contract and do all that, you've got some that are specs now, or do you have,
We
they
should
can
do.
come in and choose and then build from there?
I do have some spec homes. I have about a dozen right now. I can make some changes depending where we are at time of contract. So if they haven't installed cabinets, if we haven't installed flooring or countertops, it's just a matter of asking. I think that's what's kind of cool is from a smaller family-owned builder versus maybe a bigger publicly incorporated builder is that, we are able to accommodate a little bit more and just ask, right? Just seeing depending where we are in the steps process. So if I'm still able, my construction manager is still able to go ahead and order those supplies and materials and we can make it happen, we will make it happen for our home buyers.
That's great.
Very unusual. Very unusual. Y'all have a specialty going on because there's a lot of builders that
No, here's the package, and you can get it in
And you're done.
dark brown, gray, or white, and that's it.
Mhm.
They're built the exact same way, and you pick one of those three colors, and that's that.
Yeah.
So,
Are
way
you
to
guys
go.
doing design centers still? Like if they want to build ground up, do you let them go to the design center and pick stuff out?
We do it all. I do have selections
Again,
of
that's a
materials.
rarity. A lot of builders aren't allowing that either, just so you know.
Yeah, that's cool.
Thank you. Yeah, so I do have all the supplies and materials at my model home where you guys can pick and choose your selections, and then we just move forward from there. Yeah. We create like your little Pinterest board, your color palette board. We take a picture of it, like, okay, this is what it's going to be.
Oh, that's
finalize
awesome.
things, then we finalize your selections, and then I'll send it to my construction manager.
That's
I
great.
like it.
Yeah.
The Pinterest board.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I do too.
What trends are you seeing right now out there in the new home builds?
I'm seeing a lot of grays and whites. The lights and brights are always very attractive. However, every so often, I'd say about 10% will go ahead and get a traditional home. I just want to say traditional, a little bit darker skin colored.
Okay.
Maybe more of the browns and the darker colored granite countertops. But most of the time right now, 90% will be those lights and brights, grays and whites.
What about navy blues? I'm starting to see that coming in.
I do have navy blue doors. I don't know if you guys have seen that on my house.
Yeah.
We do, yes. So you're going to see
Oh, I
those
love
navy
that.
blue doors
Yeah.
on the front
Really cool
door
idea.
and on our shutters. So
Okay.
people love it. Yeah, they come in, they're like, wow, this is cool. Is this staying? I'm like, yes, this is staying. They're like, I really like it because it makes the house pop.
It's a good
Yes,
contrast
yeah.
color.
It is great.
And it's the navy blue shutters as well.
Mhm.
Wow, okay, I don't know if I've seen
never
that.
seen navy
I'm gonna
blue
come out,
shutters.
yeah.
And can you
See,
imagine?
I said next weekend
Yeah,
that's gonna
okay,
be
we're,
fun.
yeah.
Can you imagine like navy blue and you had the handled or gold or that matte gold, just
That
all those
antique
fixtures.
brass?
Mhm.
Okay.
Oh,
It's
wow.
really pretty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
And
gonna
it's
see
just
that.
mixed up however you like.
I don't want to see that. And I mean, what a great family community. We're talking about all the parks and the pools and the water, you know.
The doggy park, that's what caught my eye.
Yeah.
I love
Yeah, me
doggies.
too. Oh, yeah, yeah.
You know, you've already got the elementary and the middle school and the subdivision. So what a great family.
You know, I actually looked into moving there myself because I already work there. I'll be living there. I was just joking with someone. I'm gonna take my golf cart to work. Like,
There you
just,
go.
oh,
Oh, yeah, there you go.
That would be so cool. And then like people like, yeah, come in, let's go look at houses, and like we just zoom around on my golf cart.
Well, that's because the other thing I've noticed is everybody has a golf cart because they're going to the different parks and swimming pools, and so everybody's riding their golf cart. It's kind of
why
cool.
not? Just like
Yeah.
hop on in and let's
That's-
just go for a tour.
Yeah.
We
I
see
love
that in
that.
my neighborhood all the time. That's how
Yeah.
we drop the kids off at school and all that.
Yes.
Oh, how
Just
fun.
go blazing
Yeah.
down the road in their golf cart.
Yeah. That's
That'd be
great.
fun. I would enjoy that.
Yeah, I think so too. Like
So-
I'm looking at something lifted. I've never bought a golf cart before, but I'm looking like a lifted one. There's 4-seaters, 5-6-seaters.
Yeah, there you
There's
go.
a lot of options out there.
Yeah.
I like it. She wants a lifted one. I
Yes,
like it.
I'm saying-
Yeah.
Making money on a golf cart.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, you can. Oh,
Oh, yeah.
yeah. Because you can really
I'm looking at
dress
like
them
a
up.
You can make them look like old style hot rod cars. You
Yeah.
can make them look like off road Jeeps. I mean, it's the sky's the limit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Rolls Royce. I saw a
Yeah.
one that had the Rolls Royce
Yeah.
front one
Yeah.
day.
So
So
you look great
yeah.
driving a Rolls Royce golf cart.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe
There you
not
go.
lift it though.
Yeah.
Not a Rolls Royce.
Why not? Why not?
Yeah, why not?
Why not? Yes, I like it. I
And
like it.
a turquoise one or a pink one. Yeah. Yeah.
What, Priscilla, you're a Jeep person.
Oh, I love my Jeep. I do love my Jeep.
My husband
but
loves
I have never gone and gotten it raised.
No.
Because I've heard the horror stories from other people that have, and I know it's if you get it really jacked up and all that fun stuff, you know, like the 4 inches and stuff. But I think if you just go like the 2, you know, Jeeps have always been that equilibrium, you know, it kind of will do some shifting on you and things.
I've
And
heard that too.
so I just haven't done it, but I do love my Jeep.
Yeah.
I do. So it's a fun thing.
It sounds fun.
What other new stuff's coming out to the Centera area? I mean, there's lots of new development that's happening out there.
Yes.
They are working on Clay Road. That's what, a year or 2 out before that's going to be complete?
How many different entrances do you have to the subdivision?
I like going through Cane Island myself, but
That's
I
how
live in
I go
South
too.
Katy, so I cut through Cane Island to get there.
Sometimes I cut through Cane Island too. Right now that I know of, I know there's a minimum of 3 right now. I'm not surprised, and they're still building this back end, so that's not completed. So I'm sure once they're done, there'll be another 4th. But it's always great to have multiple entrances.
Because you can also go 99. You can go Morton 99, come
Morton or
straight
Clay,
across.
or
Yeah.
Right, or
Yeah.
Klein, right,
Yeah.
because I mean, that subdivision's taken up all that land in between the two.
Yeah.
So,
Are you guys going all the way to 359? Where does it end going west? I don't.
Let me check on that. I do get aerial views every month from developer. I can send it to you.
Okay.
Yeah, it's really fascinating because every month we see progress on
Oh,
it.
that's
and
great.
It's
Yeah.
beautiful.
Yeah.
On how much roads and constructions,
Oh.
on how much is developed over time. Every month. Every month it's beautiful.
That's great. Yeah.
Every time I drive out north of Katy, it's like, where did that neighborhood come from?
Oh, I know. Yeah.
It's just, and it's not like 1 or 2 houses, it's like a whole section of homes that are built up there.
Yes.
And then,
Well, you've got churches and restaurants and everything going up where Cane Island at 90, you go over 90, Old Katy, the railroad tracks going out. You start seeing, you can really see the development happening. Even when you go over Cane Island, you can make a right, and right there to your if you make a right off Cane Island, you look to your left, there's a cemetery right there on the right-hand side, Katy. I'm trying to think of the name of that cemetery. It's beautiful and peaceful. And,
the original one,
Yes, I
Yes,
think it is, yes.
yes.
And then to the left, you have all that growth going on.
look, Cane Island, I
That
believe,
takes you right
on
back
its
to Avenue D.
closeout, and that backs up right to you guys.
It
Where Cane
does.
Island ends, you guys begin.
Yes, yeah.
My daughter's grandparents live in Churchill Farms.
Okay.
So I take Cane Island and I head over towards Churchill Farms. Every day after work, I'll pick her up. Yeah. Yeah, but it's really fascinating, like you were saying, how much things have grown and changed, and all those back roads and back streets. And Clay has been meaning to open and expand, I think, for some time. And through all the traffic development that we're having now, you know, it definitely needed. It takes a little bit, like it's about a year or two, but once it's done, it's done. But by then, you know, it's almost too late because our homes prices have gone up, has escalated over the next 2 years. And that's when the lagoon should be done, is 2025.
Oh, wow.
So over the
Okay.
next 2 years, we'll have the lagoon done, the clay road should be done, and I feel like a lot of home buyers will feel like they've missed that window of opportunity, so to speak.
Yes.
And when you buy early into a subdivision, yes, you are going to go through some construction, but you're going to get equity for that.
Growth pains.
You know, it's growing pains, but
Yeah.
the average builder sells X amount of houses, raises the price, X amount of houses, raises the price, and that piggyback drags up the resales, the home that you bought. You're basically just falling right behind the builder, free of charge off of what they're doing.
And it's so peaceful out there. You've got the cows and the fields, and so
It's quiet.
and it's very peaceful. If you go up Clay Road or 99 Morton, I don't know. I think it's
And it's not out in the middle of nowhere either. That's a misconception. Oh, it's way out there. No, it's not. I mean,
But
like
here, before you
Buc-ee's.
know it.
Everybody loves
It is.
Buc-ee's, right? At Katy and I-10. Well, there you are. It's
yeah, it's
10
just a
minutes.
few minutes north
Yeah,
of
it might
Buc-ee's
even
is
be
all
10
it
minutes,
is.
yeah.
And everybody knows what
And
Buc-ee's
everybody
is.
loves Buc-ee's. Yeah.
I love their beef jerky at Buc-ee's.
It's like a must have.
And their banana pudding. I've heard their that you're saying the beef jerky, that you make sure you buy it behind the counter. They have all different
Yeah,
varieties.
don't buy the prepackaged, buy the fresh
Oh,
ones.
really? I didn't know that.
Well, you
Because
can
I
buy
just
the
buy a prepackaged because it's so easy.
Oh,
I just think
no,
it's
no,
no.
no. Go to the deli.
No.
I didn't know
Go to the deli.
that. No, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's,
Richard told me
the
you tried
package
today.
is good
Yes.
too, but the deli is
It's better.
It's better. Yeah.
Really?
You won't be disappointed.
Okay, I will do that. Thank you, Richard.
I know my a lady that's like a mother to me. She goes there and eats lunch. She goes there and gets a chopped beef sandwich and loves their
Yeah, I'm sponsoring a real estate group team, and I'm just bringing them some kolaches from Buc-ee's.
Yeah.
He doesn't
Yeah.
love Buc-ee's. Yeah, it's amazing.
Everything they have there is good, and it's price reasonable as well.
Yeah.
So, quick note, we are doing a blood drive tomorrow, which will be in the Pine Mill Ranch subdivision, right across from Davidson Elementary. It's going to be right there at our community rec center, which is on the corner of Pine Mill Ranch and Winding Point. So if anybody could come out and donate blood, we'd greatly appreciate it. Last year we saved 54 lives. We're hoping to save more than that this year. There's a huge shortage out there right now. And all that blood that we donate tomorrow will probably be used before day's end. So it does go very fast. So if anybody could please step up and donate, we would greatly appreciate it. And I think Stephanie said that she was going to come.
Yeah.
I'm coming. I'm donating.
And it starts at 8 a.m. tomorrow and it's over at
12:30.
12:30.
Correct.
So 8 a.m. to 12:30 tomorrow. Pine Mill Ranch, Homeowner Association Community Center. Richard will be there. And
We'll have a big donor coach from Gulf Coast Blood.
yeah,
So it's,
I'll be there.
Yeah.
Priscilla's coming. So please come out. Yeah, join us.
Yeah, we'll have drinks, we'll have refreshments. It'll be a full staff donor coach out there. We'll have restrooms. I mean, it will make it as seamless as possible. And you can be somebody's hero. You'll actually save
Absolutely.
somebody's life. And that's the truth, folks.
Yes.
So if they'd like to come out, Richard, do you want to share your phone number to call you?
Yeah, if you need directions or have any questions, you can reach me at 832-646-2886. Again, 832-646-2886. Love to see you tomorrow.
Yeah, love to have you guys. Please come. I'm going to let Priscilla step in one more time and say goodbye to everybody. Thank you for joining Richard today. And Richard, thank you for having us and hosting
absolutely.
this and including me and Priscilla. And thank you for coming out.
If they want to come out and see you, how can they get in touch with you, Stephanie? What's the best way?
My number, my direct phone's 832-792-3892. And se habla español. So feel free to call or text me in español as well.
Check out Adams Homes. You won't be disappointed. And it's a lovely community out there in Centera. And if you're interested in a mortgage, this young lady can help you with that as well.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. Thanks, Richard.
All right. Thanks, guys. We'll see you next week.
Guys, have a great Friday.
So cute.